Hey Tyce, this is Adrian Gomez with 212 Athlete. I apologize for not getting this to you on Wednesday. It's been a little bit of a crazy week over here in Arizona with all the rainouts, and so getting quickly into this. You're down to 107 degrees off the back leg, so there's probably a guy on first right now. So I want to make sure that I don't mind the slide step, but we want to be able to do both. So that looks pretty good. Out of the back leg, there's connection to the ground. I don't think your knee is collapsing inside, which looks pretty good. Your back leg straightens out, stays connected, and the hips are through. So the back leg, I think, looks good. The double angle at foot strike, this is not from the side, so it's going to be beyond that. It's going to be over 110. So I think you're striding long enough. So your stride is great. But where I think you can improve is how you plant. So your foot starts planting here. And let's see if I can see it better here. There's a little bit of that shift, about a 15-degree shift in your front leg. And what that does is it delays the hip rotation of your back hip and doesn't allow you to drive through. It's almost like you're stuck on that front leg, so it's hard for you to get through it. And even then, you're going to have to really drive your chest over to compensate for that. So not only is your front knee internally rotated, but the angle at which you are planting at is too low. And like I said, from the side, it's a little bit hard to see that, but you need to be 140 and above out of that front leg. So I'd like to see you plant. So both the angle and the internal rotation of your front knee. So that's the big thing I want you to work on. Box drill 1, box drill 2, walking torques, walking windups, 212 squats, box drops, all of those, just kind of off the top of my head, those are the drills that I want you to work on, and those should be in the video library. All right, so let's work on upper body now. So as you stack, you stay back. Your head stays back in that posture. I think you look pretty good. As far as stacking goes, I don't think I'm gonna complain about that. That's pretty good. All right, let's get into front glove. Right here, you do a great job of setting up that front glove and pinching into that shoulder blade. Unfortunately, as you rotate, this front glove goes down, and a lot of it has to do with where that front knee is. So because that front knee is both internally rotated and the angle's low, you're dipping with that upper body and you're losing that rotational force that you need to really throw the ball hard. So that front knee is going to really kind of fix quite a bit of your upper body issues. So like I said, initially everything's good, but because of the front knee, that's why that rotation goes down. So I want you to work on your front glove, but just understand that part of it is your knees, your front knee. Okay, so now we're going to work on arm angle of the elbow. So I'm going to measure both my shoulders together. I think you're right in line. It looks pretty. All right, so that elbow is right in line with your shoulder, which is what we want. But as you can see in this front knee, that once that front knee comes back, both the hip and the chest are going to be able to rotate up and over. So that's going to look amazing. At release point, and it's hard to get the angle out of this. But I think you're driving pretty good. I think your chest is driving really far through that ball. I think you're doing it because your chest has to compensate for that, for the lack of that extension of that front leg. So you do a good job, and our bodies are amazing at compensating for weaknesses. So that's good. And this isn't stuff that we're talking about, stuff that ultimately it's going to help you improve and get to the next level, not just get better within a day. So this is really important for you to fix over the course of the next 2 or 3 years. That's what we're shooting for. All right. The last thing that I want to worry about is this arm fly out. Your arm almost goes straight. You do get through the ball, but when your arm is straight, it's hard to put pressure and drive through that ball. So that elbow needs to be bent. And we're not talking about much. I don't want you to, throw straight over the top. But that elbow, as you throw, right here, it's bent. And then as you throw, the arm almost goes straight out. So I really want to work on throwing through that with my chest. Part of it has to do with the collapsing of your front glove. Part of it has to do with the front knee. So there's, all these are kind of connected. But you do have an arm fly out. So look at that weakness online. You can see it. A lot of the knee drills are going to help a ton with that. So thanks for sending this in. I really appreciate you. And please don't hesitate to contact me. And I do apologize for the delay in this. So those are the weaknesses that we talked about. Go back through, take notes, and make sure that this is making sense to you. And then we can set up a call if you want to, like a FaceTime or a Zoom call, to do sessions with you as well. So thank you so much.